Welcome to Laboratory Cognizance. Today we're diving into a topic that often leaves students and even staff a bit confused. What exactly is the difference between a lab assistant and a lab attendant in colleges and universities? If you're a student curious about lab roles or someone considering a career in laboratory work, stick around to learn the essential distinction. Laboratories are the heart of many scientific studies, and they need well-organized teams to function efficiently. From handling chemicals to setting up experiments, each role within a lab has specific responsibilities that contribute to the safety and success of practical learning. Two of the most common roles you'll come across in a college or university lab setting are the lab assistant and the lab attendant. While their titles might sound similar, lab assistants and lab attendants have distinct roles. Let's break down what each one does, starting with the lab assistant. Lab assistants are generally more involved in the academic and technical aspects of the lab. They often work closely with professors, researchers, and students, helping to set up and manage experiments. Here are some key duties of a lab assistant. Experiment preparation. Lab assistants are responsible for preparing and setting up equipment and materials for practicals. This could mean arranging complex instruments or creating detailed setups for student experiments. Supervising and assisting students. During lab sessions, lab assistants guide students, answer questions, and ensure they're following the correct procedures. They help students understand how to handle equipment safely and correctly. Data management and analysis. Another significant role of lab assistants is to record data and sometimes analyze initial results. They might input data into lab software or track results for ongoing projects. Administrative and research support. Lab assistants often assist professors in their research, handle inventory, and ensure that essential lab supplies are always stocked. They might also help with administrative tasks, like organizing lab schedules or managing experiment records. In many institutions, lab assistants are required to have a background in science, often at the bachelor's level, and some technical training in lab procedures. This technical expertise allows them to operate sophisticated lab equipment and oversee more complex experiments. On the other hand, lab attendants play a crucial role in the day-to-day maintenance and support of the lab environment. Their duties are typically less academic and more focused on the operational upkeep of the laboratory. Setting up equipment and materials. Lab attendants are responsible for organizing and setting out the basic equipment and materials that students need, making sure everything is in its proper place before practicals begin. Cleaning and maintenance. They are often in charge of cleaning glassware, sanitizing equipment, and ensuring that all materials are properly stored. They handle minor repairs and keep the lab tidy and safe. Inventory management. Lab attendants frequently check and restock supplies, such as chemicals and glassware. They may assist in noting which items need to be reordered. Unlike lab assistants, lab attendants typically aren't required to hold a degree in science, though some basic knowledge of lab safety and procedures is expected. Their main goal is to maintain a safe, organized lab space where everything is readily available. Now that we've covered each role, let's highlight the main differences and a few overlaps between lab assistants and lab attendants. Level of involvement in experiments. Lab assistants are more directly involved with the experiments and academic aspects, whereas lab attendants focus on maintaining the lab's operational side. Academic requirements. Lab assistants usually have a science degree and specialized training, while lab attendants may only need basic training in lab safety and organization. Support for research. Lab assistants often support research activities and data analysis, something that's typically outside a lab attendant's scope. Both roles share some common responsibilities, like organizing equipment and helping maintain safety standards. Each role is essential for creating a well-rounded, effective lab environment where students and researchers can focus on their work. If you're considering a career in laboratory work, think about your interests and goals. If you're drawn to science, research, and guiding students, the lab assistant role might be a great fit for you. But if you prefer hands-on work that keeps everything running smoothly, then starting as a lab attendant could be a perfect entry into the lab world. Thanks for watching. We hope this video clarifies the roles of lab assistants and lab attendants. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.